Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? So I'm sitting here like, Rachel versus Teresa. Who won? I'm gonna go with Rachel because Teresa, her verbiage is so limited. She's not a wordsmith. She's not good with words because her intelligence level is a little stalled. And then she got up and left. So she lost. That's why she got up and left. She knows she lost that. Um and what else was the highlight? Oh, Dolores over there telling her she's gonna get you. She's gonna get you. Oh, shut up. She's gonna come for you. So, and Dolores, you over there, you scared of Teresa. That's your problem. I like Dolores, but then, ugh. Hey, besties, it's Behind the Shade, and I have another review of what am I talking about? Child, the Battalion Women. Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 5, called Glitz and Blitz. Now, start off, Dolores is out to dinner with her family, her ex-husband and their 2 kids, and they've been doing this for 30 years. I believe they go out weekly, and normally Brittany and Paul are with them, but they both were busy. Maybe they were together. I'm kidding. I kid, but maybe they were together. You got to be careful. Well, they're trying to be a blended family. And I'm just kind of like, your kids are like 30 now. You still have to do the co parenting thing. But anyway, that's them. That's what they like, and that's fine. So the kids, they work a lot. They're workaholics. They barely get to see them. And Dolores is missing being at her house. I think she's just missing having a house that she can call hers. So she's kind of, then gave up a little of herself with Paul, and she is not comfortable. They live in his bomb townhouse condo, best townhouse ever. It's clean, but it's his and not hers. And I think she's really feeling, remember the ex-boyfriend, what was his name? The doctor. They were building a house together and they didn't even survive that relationship. Saw that coming. Um, was his name David? David is ringing a bell. You guys let me know in the chat. And what are we rating this week's episode? I'm gonna give it an A. I am. I'm gonna give it an A. These girls are bringing it, as they always do. So Dolores is talking about, she wants a house because she misses having a backyard and she just wants something to call hers. And at her age, yeah, I get that. And she wants to buy something together with Paul, but he got her on pause. you know, she's not going to do anything because he's what? Still married. It seems like Dolores picks the wrong kind of men for herself. Here's another one. You can tell she wants to be married because, honey, when Frank told her at what was that at Joe's birthday party that he was gonna go ahead and propose when they go to Costa Rica, you saw Paul and Dolores had a look on their face, but different looks for different reasons. Paul is probably like, "Oh God, don't you come over here talking about this marriage thing," and Dolores is looking like, "You're getting married before me," and it's like, ugh. So she does discuss that she doesn't, she tells us that she does not ask him about the divorce, but she did say, like, it's time to bring it up. She wants to talk about it. Um, so Frank is telling her, or telling them his plans of getting married. He's how he's gonna propose to Brittany. And they're all excited. The kids are happy. And so he tells them that he wants, a beach setting. He wants the roses. He wants the what did he say? He wanted the lighted path going to the beach, and he wants the rose petals in the heart shape. And then you know how you stand, the guy stands and gets on his knee inside of the heart shape and proposes and all that. So he shows the kids and Dolores the ring. It's about 11 carats. 11 carats. 11. Frank, how many houses have you been flipping? 11 carats. So he asked Dolores to act like she's Brittany, and they're in the restaurant, mind you, right? So he gets up. I guess he get on his knee or whatever, and he asked her. She said yes. And so they wasn't even tripping that the customers in the background, they're all like clapping for him, and everybody's laughing. And he was just showing her what he was going to do. So he's telling people, oh, no, I'm just showing her what I'm going to do for my girlfriend. And so she's all, I'm his ex-wife. And he was like, been there, done that. And they're all laughing. Customers are confused. And so then we move it over to, I don't, it says Rachel, Danielle, Melissa. Oh, whoa. Okay, got it. So then we move towards Rachel, Danielle, and Melissa gathers their boys, and they all go meet up to go karting. And because they're all their sons, their kids, their friends. And so Danielle is she's excited and stressed about the bougie kids fashion week for New York Fashion Week is coming up. She's closing out the show. And so she only got a few tickets. And so she's going to have a bougie brunch, and she's going to invite everyone because she doesn't have enough tickets to invite everyone to the fashion show. And she lets them know that everyone's invited. And so they talk about the game, the baseball, it's the baseball game. And Melissa tells them that she's going to meet with Jennifer Aiden. And, they asked about Teresa. She was like, oh, we didn't have any contact at the game. She said she told her son to go say hi to his aunt, keep the respect going. This has nothing to do with you. You got to respect your elders. But at the same time, I'm like, forget her. You don't like her. I don't like her, Mom. Anyway, Danielle's not talking to her dad, because she's mad. She thinks he takes up for the brother more than her. So Melissa was kind of telling her to let it go, like the drama, like you're being acting like a brat, like bring your guard down, because I believe Melissa lost her dad at a young age. And so they both are like, yeah, you probably should do it. So she's like, oh, you guys think I'm being stubborn? Like, yeah, a tad bit. So she's like, okay. And this is true. I mean, you can have those guards up for others, but when it comes to your parents and your kids, don't put your parents in the middle of the mess between you and your siblings. Don't make them pick. Unless they really are like totally disrespecting you. But this could be a total situation where her dad is just like gonna stay out. I'm sure her dad just wants to stay out of it. I'm sure that's probably what he's doing. She's misinterpreting it as he's taking his side and not mine. Okay, so Jennifer Aiden goes to her husband's, he has a practice, and she's there. Her and Teresa are gonna meet and get facials. So Jennifer Child, she's doing fact checking. She's with the receptionist. She's like, how's it going? How these appointments running? Okay, we're slow, but then after 1:00, and then okay, then we got more coming. Girl, she is tallying up that money. She is calculating that money in her head. Are we good? Are we not? Okay, good. So Marge is back at home with her mom, who just had surgery, and she's recovering over with them. And so they are, they're talking about Jackie and Danielle, and Marge defended Danielle, and they got into a fight. It just blah blah blah. So then the next scene is Teresa and Jennifer Aiden. They're having their facials. They're talking. Everybody's really like recapping the baseball game. So they hope that Jackie can see that Marge, see her for who she is and how she is. And so they decide to call Jackie. And so Jackie's like, hey, y'all, she said, don't be calling me with that Marge mess. Jackie is very like, I'm not with the shenanigans. I'm everybody's friend. That's what Jackie's trying to, be now. So she said, don't call. I know y'all called to discuss Margaret, but she talks about Danielle and how Margaret defended her. So you said you wasn't gonna talk about Margaret, but then you do. Okay. And so she was talking about how Danielle and how Marge is defending her and how she'll move away from any of that energy. I'm just gonna move away from that energy. And so they're all like, yeah, yeah. So they're like, yeah. And it's like, Jackie, please. So back at Marge's, they talk about Jackie not wanting, not about her not knowing that Jan's 1 year death anniversary had passed, and how she's not keeping up and checking on Marge like she wants her to. Uh, Jackie likes that Jennifer Aiden and Teresa thought about her and wants to do friend things and be, but she knows that they were just calling, to get the 411 on Mars. She says she is not fueling their fire. Then Teresa goes on Instagram and starts following her again. And so she's trying to like the pictures. Oh, I'm going to like this picture. Oh, I'm not going to like this picture because it has Margaret in it. I'm like, you are so childish. Baby. So Teresa goes to visit Danielle. And so Teresa got this big old bottle of tequila. So Danielle is like, oh, yes, I am stressed. Let's open the bottle. Let's take some shots. And she's stressed about the New York Fashion Week. So she got all the kids' clothes laid out on the kitchen counter. And so Teresa says, oh, that's so exciting. But I don't know. Did y'all peep that it just sounded like Teresa sounded a little jealous? It just had a little less, no, like just no. Shit, here she go. Oh, that's so exciting. She was just so monotone, no umph to it. You got to be careful of that. That's the energy you really got to be careful of. So Danielle is showing her the clothes. She was like, did I show you? And Trish like, no, you didn't. It's like, God, you can't even, well, no, you can't. So anyway, they go in the kitchen, pouring shots. And so Teresa was like, oh yeah, this is basic. And so Danielle took offense to it, but Danielle at the same time, she was calling it super cash. This is super cash. This is super cash. So isn't that the same thing? So Teresa tells us that she comes from the fashion world. She's in her confessional. So she says, I'm from the fashion world. Teresa worked at Macy's. She was in the buying office, and she went to school for fashion marketing and management. So she's explaining to us that basics is like everyday things that you're gonna always, it's like your money maker, it's your bread and butter. People are gonna always need it. Like it's a basic, it's an all-purpose, it's just something you always will need. So it's your bread and butter, in other words. Okay. So they talk about the bougie brunch. And she's like, I invited everyone but Jen Fessler and Margaret. No, she invited them, but I believe no. Jen said she couldn't come. She texted her and said she couldn't come, and Margaret wasn't coming. And so, here go Teresa. Oh, I feel good about that. But she didn't say anything when the girl said Melissa is coming. Teresa doesn't speak on Melissa or Joe at all. And if you notice, in the previous episodes, production would ask Melissa about Teresa, but you see, production does not ask Teresa about Melissa. So anyway, um, so Danielle feels set up by Jennifer Aiden, and so again, and so she was making fun of me. I heard she was making fun of me at the dog party. So Teresa's like, you need to ask her. Maybe she was just impersonating you. And so then they flash back to the dog party where Jennifer Aiden was in fact impersonating Danielle. So So this is all about Jennifer Aiden setting up Danielle, and this is about the rumor about Melissa's cheating from last year. It's like we're still on the rumor about the Melissa rumor. So then, so now Jennifer Aiden and Melissa are meeting up for lunch. So Melissa's walking to the restaurant talking about this will be her thousandth time doing this. And so production flashes back to last year when they met up about the drama. So it's like, here we go again. So Jennifer Aiden and Melissa, they go to lunch. Jennifer Aiden explains herself. Let's do a self reflect. So Jennifer Aiden is like, she did not spread the rumor. Danielle pressured her. She had to bring it up that Louis and Joe had talked about it already, and that Melissa already knew. So the issue is Jennifer Aiden did not tell Danielle that Melissa knew about the rumor already, because if Danielle knew, she wouldn't have said anything. But she shouldn't have said anything anyway. And if I remember correctly, this rumor was started by Margaret. So, brother. Okay, so but at the time the rumor wasn't out yet. So Melissa tells her that it wasn't her business to tell. And Jennifer Aiden said that it wasn't. And so she was like, you just wanted to hurt me. And Jennifer Aiden was like, no, I wanted to show that Margaret was an a-hole. And she said, I'm so sorry that I used you as collateral damage. Of course, they said that about an episode or two ago. I'm sorry I used you as collateral damage. Melissa tells her to stay out of her marriage. And so she was like, you have a hard on for my husband. And so why did she say that? Jennifer Aiden was like, oh, not that limp DICK with your husband. I'm like, wow, like, what? And so I'm like, okay, any second now, Melissa, you gonna jump across that table? Because I would have, honey, yeah, I would have got on Jennifer Aiden's butt. So she said, you pick on him like so much. Just like leave him alone. And she's like, he's an a-hole. And so now it's like, how are we supposed to move forward? How am I, so this is Melissa, like, how am I supposed to move forward with you? I would never do you like that. And she was like, why? You guys are just, are you gonna move? Are we gonna move forward? Are you just like, you move, we're trying to move forward, but you're talking crap about me. And it's like, I can't move forward. And so Jennifer Aiden is like, well, how you moving forward with my husband, but you're not moving forward with me? So Melissa's like, I ain't trying to move forward with Bill. And she said, yeah, you guys saw me on two different occasions, which was, Jen's party and Nate's party, and you didn't acknowledge me. And so Melissa's like, you know who you were with. We were keeping our distance. So then Melissa apologizes because that's just how you do it. It's the whole back and forth. You go say your say, I say my say, you say your say. Melissa allowed her to talk about her husband. That never would happen with me or anybody else that I know of. And so Melissa just says, I apologize. Um, if you felt like the olive branch was not extended to you but extended to your husband. And so Jennifer Aid is like, yeah, because that just like shows no respect. And so Melissa's like, I figured it out. Jen, these are Jen's insecurities. Jennifer is doing what she's told to do. Like she pleases her friends. So Jen says she's sorry for telling Danielle, and they did we did. She was like, you did tit, I did tat, woo, 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 woo. So they do want to move forward. They don't have no reason not to. So they're like, okay, good. No more negative talk. And they agree with that. And that's how you do it. Get together, work it out. And like I think Jennifer Aiden always keeps saying, we don't have to be best friends. Well, you're not going to be able to be best friends. You're best friends with her sister-in-law. So back at Margaret's house, there's Jennifer Fessler comes over and Melissa, and they come by. They're eating and drinking wine. They talk of Jan. So I guess they're checking in on Marge about her grief and just sitting with her and just checking on her. And so she's trying to decide if knowing Jan made her marriage better. And what we do remember is that she was cheating on Jan with her current husband Joe. And so after they divorced, I think the divorce was okay, and it wasn't no problems. And I'm just thinking, well, that's probably because he probably was cheating on her too. So she's just trying to see is the death putting a strain on her marriage now with Joe because she's so fragile and she's so quick to fuss and fight and cry out, crying at the drop of a hat. And this is just what's called grieving. You're grieving the loss of a chapter in your life. So Jen Fessa brings up Jackie. She thinks you're upset. She's telling Margaret, she thinks you're upset with her for getting along with Teresa. She understands that, but Margaret's like, no, the point is she loves being included by people who don't care about her. And so Melissa updates them with the lunch that she had with Jennifer Aiden. And so that's that. So now, next we get to the brunch, honey. And so this is Danielle's brunch, her bougie brunch. And she wanted everyone to wear their best glitter outfit. And I guess, she had on the glitter pants. I was like, oh, those look familiar. I follow a boutique on Instagram, and they used to have those leggings like from a year or two or three ago. And actually, I have a pair of the wide leg version of those pants. I was like, look, I could have went. I got pants to match. I could have went. So anyway, she gives the ladies jewelry. She has a lady there that has the jewelry that's going to explain and make jewelry boxes. Make the gifts. And I'm believing they have more than just one little thing of jewelry. They never really got into that, but anyway, we'll get to that. So Dolores tells the table about Frank. That's how she's, breaking the ice with the girls, because all the girls came except for Margaret and Jen Fessler. And Danielle, she has like two of her friends there. And I think one name is Kayla. Is the other one named Tiffany? And yes, if you paid attention, they both engaged in the conversation, asking questions. So I was thinking, yeah, Teresa, Danielle is coming for your title, and she's bringing her minions with her. That's what I was putting together. So Dolores is telling them about Frank and how he proposed and how the whole restaurant was all clapping, blah 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 blah. So she explains her and Paul's relationship to the table about how he's still married and he's not approaching it in a nasty way. He's a protector. He loves and cares about everyone in his life. So I'm not sure why she said that. I assume that he's not being nasty to the ex-wife, and I don't know, because if you're getting along with her, why is it taking so long? Divorces take a long time when the people are fighting against each other. So make that make sense, Dolores. um, just say you don't know how to pick them. You like unavailable men. Just say that. Just say that. It's okay. It's okay. Just say it. I like unavailable men. Shoot. So anyway, so she says she doesn't ask about it, but now wants to have a talk. Girl, please. That all should have been mentioned in your first one, two, or third conversation with him. One, two, one, first, second, or third conversation with him. Um, so they love the party. They all complimenting Danielle on how well she can throw a party and the gifts and the jewelry. Oh my God. So Jennifer Aiden is like, yeah, because of you, that's why my dog's party was so nice and fancy. So since she says that, Danielle's like, oh yeah, and I think they were sitting next to each other. I think it was Teresa on the end, Jennifer Aiden, and then Danielle. So Danielle asked her, yeah, someone came to her to say at the dog party that you were talking crap about me. And she's like, what? Huh? What? And then someone, was it Melissa? Or someone's like, oh yeah. Oh, they said it was, somebody said, oh, it was Lena. And so I think Melissa's what I said, oh, that's the hairdresser. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. And she even, Danielle even said, Jen Fesser told me. And it's like, well, golly, you just threw her under the bus. But okay, that's how the drama got to keep going. So back to the Danielle's event where the hairdresser did not have the pink wristband to get into VIP. Allegedly someone went to ask Danielle if she can get in VIP, and a guy came back and said Danielle said no. And so Danielle was like, you guys are sitting at the table. She's talking about me, and she's just felt like you guys should have been defending me. So Teresa says, I don't know what she had going on with you. I'm not, I ain't sticking up for nobody. And Teresa, Teresa's not sticking up for nobody but Louis. So she's like, I don't know what you had going on. Then Danielle says, well, Jen Fesser told Margaret that Jennifer Aiden was making fun of me and she intimidated, imitated me. So Danielle says, is this like a reoccurring thing? Talking about the Melissa rumor. Like, here we go with something else, Jennifer. So then Danielle asked Jennifer Aiden, did you set me up? And so I think she is talking about the Melissa rumor now. She's like, no. So then Teresa jumps in and feels like Margaret and Melissa are in Danielle's ear. She's like, oh yeah, it's two little birdies chirping in her ear, and one is Margaret and one is my sister-in-law. So Teresa feels like Margaret set them up, Teresa and Jennifer. She said, if anybody got set up, I feel like me and Jennifer Aiden was set up. Girl, bye. And so she's like, the root of all evil is Margaret. She's putting all this Melissa rumor out. She's the one that did it. She's the root of all evil. Goodness. So then Jennifer Aiden asked Jackie what was the drama between her and Margaret at the baseball game. So she trying to get this off of her. She moves it over to, it's your turn, Jackie. So Teresa says Jackie don't care. So Teresa tells Jackie, like, Margaret don't care about you no more. Melissa tells Jackie not to listen to that. You're way smarter than that. Because if you believe anything Teresa says, you have got to be dumb. You're way smarter than that, Jackie. So Jackie said, look, she is not on no one's side anymore. This woman has found her voice, and she's going to be friends with whoever she wants. The end. That was that. And that was that. So then Danielle asked Rachel, has she and Teresa talked yet? And she said no. So Teresa says that she doesn't want to talk in front of everyone. Like, you want to talk now in front of everyone? So, and she's like, she didn't want to. So Rachel So here go Teresa. I understand that I always have to be the center of attention. Child, did you see Melissa roll her eyes while she was playing in her hair? She is so sick of her sister-in-law. And so she was like, I meant the drug dealer thing. I meant I didn't mean in the present. Oh, Rachel was like, well, in any way that you said it, whatever verb you used, it's slanderous. And so Teresa said, well, yeah, I get it. So Rachel says that she was trying and she was getting ready to say something, but Jennifer Aiden cut her off. So Rachel is talking about your intentions. Like, what were your intentions? And so Teresa's like, I just don't want to do this. And so Rachel is still talking about what were your intentions. And so Teresa's like, what's the question? What do you mean? If you was listening, so you brought the X out. So Teresa says, you brought the X out. And so Rachel's bringing up, she's talking about Louis's exes because apparently Louis' ex-girlfriends have come out and talked bad about him and all this. So here go Teresa, don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. So Rachel demands for Teresa to answer the question. Teresa screams, what's the question? What's the question? And so it's like, well, what were your intentions in bringing that up? I said whatever was out there. See, their answers, because her and Jennifer Aiden say the same dumb stuff. I said whatever was out there. So I guess she's talking about she read it on the blogs. I don't even know if it's true or not. Then why? Oh my God, Teresa. So Rachel was like, well, why didn't you ask him, was he a drug dealer 20 years ago? Then Teresa deflects. Because isn't he a parking attendant? And Rachel is looking at her like, so she just said, yeah, he is. He makes $5. I love that Rachel took it. Rachel is on it. So dumb Teresa says, well, maybe drug dealing would be better. Now Rachel is ready to fight. And Melissa's eyes popped out her eye socket when she said that. Her mouth opened. It was wide open. And Rachel's like, my husband built a life for himself and his family. And so she said, what have you done, you stupid bitch? I was like, oh gosh, oh my goodness, oh no, honey, Rachel is ready to go. Rachel been ready. So she said, what have you done, you stupid B? Went to prison as a grown A woman. What have you done? That she got you, Teresa. She got you. 10 for Rachel, 0 for Teresa. Here go Jennifer Aiden. That's so unnecessary. That's so unnecessary. So Teresa calls her young and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, Teresa don't have no clap back. She called you old and stupid. You gonna call her young and stupid. Like, girl, you ain't got nothing else. So she's like, I'm not doing this as she's doing this, right? She keeps reminding herself that she's not doing this as she's doing this. You're doing this, Teresa. Oh, you're doing it. And so I guess Rachel tells her, you're old and stupid. You has been. And, I believe didn't John Fuda call Teresa that at the party? Called her a has been. So she gets called a has been. And so they tell Teresa, I think she said, Teresa, you're just a bully. You picked Melissa. You picked on Jack's marriage. Jackie, they call Jackie. You picked on Jackie's marriage. So Melissa tells Jackie that she picked on you and your husband. and I just won't let her hurt you. And Jackie is like, stop it, stop it. I know what you're doing. Oh my God. Jackie done drunk the Kool-Aid, y'all. Jackie says, why should Jackie in her confessional is like, why should I still be mad about that? I guess, girl. Danielle tries to take over the table. Jackie tells them she has moved forward, and Teresa gets up and she's like, I gotta go. My daughter got a volleyball game. Bye bye. But she got up, right? But she went over there to that table and got her jewelry box. She went over there and got her gifts. She got her gifts and she said goodbye about 15 times on the way out the door. Nobody was responding. And it's just like, wow. So Dolores gonna tell Rachel, this is what I just that she says, it's gonna be a minute, and then it's gonna be a wrath to Teresa, and she's coming for you. So Rachel said, I don't care. She is emotionally stupid. Up 10 up for Rachel again. Rachel probably got 40 points, and Teresa has none. Jen Aiden says she's not the best at reiterating your thoughts. Dolores says, oh, you better sleep with one eye open. Ciao. And that was the end of the episode. Ain't nobody scared of Teresa. And clearly Rachel ain't. So Dolores, I don't know why you had to give that disclaimer on Teresa's behalf. Teresa is the punk that got up and left. Huh? You talk about the lady who used to get up and flip tables over is getting up and leaving now. Okay? She gets up and leaves. And she probably gonna blame it all on Louis, because he told her to do that. She's not gonna act a fool unless he close by or whatever. So anyway, y'all, that is the episode. I'm like, OMG, OMG, OMG. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode, and please rate it. Give me your ratings. What are we rating the episode? I'm giving it an A, because it was just like, wait, what? OMG, OMG. But Dolores, girl, bye. This could be her last season. She need to go figure out what she gonna do with Paul. Anyway, you guys, that's that episode. We can't wait. We'll wait and see what happens next week. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, besties.